Well, hey there, cultists and anti-cultists, and vaccinators and non-vaccinators, and those joining us from the parallel universes and the time-traveling, alien-looking, evolutionary versions of ourselves that have come to talk to us in our own language, only in English, because only English survived, or whatever bullshit they came up with. This is the Cult Chaser Monica's Ghost, and I moved. Okay, it's a little update. Moved, everybody knows. And I said, I'm going to be off channel for a while, maybe off doing stuff. And while I was doing that, I was taking an opportunity to work on two of my most favorite people ever who I was hoping to get into kind of a threesome with. And that was Anita Fuentes and Jim Baker. And I was like working hard on that one, sending them fruit baskets and showing up at the front door, knocking, I don't know, leaving, chocolates and telling them that I was their number one fan. And I think I really upset the Monica's entity because, well, all of a sudden she came. I mean, I told her chemically, the chemistry wasn't there anymore. I was feeling kind of bored with what she had to say. She wasn't really interesting me anymore, and the more twisted you are, the more excited I'm going to get about the whole situation, right? The more fun I'm going to have. And she just got so boring. And I told her no more chocolates, no more flowers. But man, she leveled up for me. She proved her love for me. You have no idea. The last few weeks, while I have been busy doing other stuff that I need to do, moving and getting my own life organized, because apparently she thinks I'm some stalker that doesn't have anything better to do but pick on her, she stepped up. In fact, she stepped up to the point where, I might even buy her, like, I don't know, some horseshoes or something. I don't know. She just stepped up, Well, let's take a peek at what we've got here. So on the 18th of August, and I screenshot this and then I waited because I thought to myself, my jimmies are so rustled at this point. I could not seek unrustlement. I could not zen from this. We're talking trigger, okay? Isn't that what people say now? Trigger activated, all that kind of bullshit, that pisses me off as a person with post-traumatic stress disorder. But anyway, I think she triggered me because I had to wait a few days. And I thought, if I could just calm down from this information and look it up and see how true it is, maybe I'd feel better. So I looked up some information. And then after I looked up this information, which isn't that difficult, you stupid ass piece of shit that cannot use Google. I mean, not that everything on Google's true, obviously. 99% of the internet is not true. But my God, if you would just use Google Scholar or Ensco or JSTOR or anything like that and look up an actual scientific paper or peer-reviewed journal informational insert or anything. Take your fingers out of your ass. Wash them. Use them to click the mouse on your computer. It's so simple. I don't even know what to say to you. Because here we go. We start with, well then. Or, well, that is it then. What is it then? Where were we before? Maybe I need to stay with her and make sure at least once a week to once every couple of weeks I have come back to her, worked with her. I mean, the relationship itself, I think, has died off, and I really do believe that, like I said, I've stopped, calling her, showing up at her front door, and sending her chocolate and fruit. But maybe, just maybe, we should have a lunch together once in a while, because, or a training session that might involve the fucking King's English, maybe some goddamn grammar, and not vaguing everything to fucking death. I don't know, it's just a thought. No more vaccinations. Okay, well, I didn't think you got them in the first place. If I remember correctly, you never got them anyway. Now, does this mean no more vaccinations at all? Period, including your homeopathic ones, your psychohomeopathic ones? Or in your case, the socio-homeopathic ones? Or does this just mean the ones that the clinical people put out, big pharma, that are actually studied? Only the unstudied ones that you have no idea. Or is it going to be just the vaccinations that come when you wave a piece of kale in front of a baby and all the little kale fairies sprinkle down on top of the baby and then jump around and leave their little kale fairy footprints all over that make it so that the child is vaccinated magically through your thought processes that you believe, your mistaken idea of what paganism is, as I've seen on your page as well, when you stick all your New Age bullshit up your ass and then explode like a big New Age bomb. Is that the ones you're talking about that you're going to keep and the other ones you're not going to keep? A majority of everyone has skin itch in their family history. Now, she's referring to this, which we'll get to in a minute, okay? You know why? Because skin itches. That's why. Because it's part of the nervous system. Like there's a nervine situation that happened. No, I'm not even going to try to explain it to you. I was going to try to explain it, kind of dumb it down, because, but no, never mind. To think it all started with gonorrhea. What started with gonorrhea? Itching started with gonorrhea. How would she know that? Is this like personal experience? I'm just asking. Did you know this from personal experience? It all started with gonorrhea, huh? Way back a long time ago, before a majority were even born. A majority of gonorrhea patients? A majority of gonorrheas? This is why I beg of you, woman, take a grammar class. Okay? Because apparently that was the one thing they did not have at the School of Defunct Homeopathic Medications between the Pokey Lounge and the multi-level car park of Australia. Of Southern Australia. I'm sorry, I almost forgot. I want to make sure I get that right. Was actual grammar and helping people understand. But I'm not going to finish reading it. You can, while I'm sitting here babbling and you're being like, get to the fucking point, Monica's ghost. I'm like, I can't. Because she makes me crazy. She put this meme up, which I think she got from vactruth.com, which is right down here. Where they got it from, I have no fucking idea. This person, whoever made this up, this little PowerPoint of total bullshit, well, it's total bullshit because they say, look, they're trying to shock you. Okay? Go ahead and read it. No child with atopic eczema or other skin disorder should be vaccinated. No child should be vaccinated if any member of his family has eczema or other skin disorder. And it goes on. You can read that. I'm sure you've read it while you were sitting here trying to ignore my voice. Did you read it? You got to read it. Number 6 is most important. Eczema vaccinatum should be a reportable disease. Okay. Now, everybody's freaking out, right? All the anti-vaxxers who are watching this right now with that hate face. This is the face you make. This is the face you make when you don't want to listen to my videos, but you will because Monika told you to, right? Don't make the face. You're all like, see, we were proven correct. Proven correct. No, you weren't. Do you know why? Because this is a big fat fucking piece of bullshit lie. Here is the truth. Oh, and they say that this statement from 1958 was never reversed. No, it was never reversed, and here is why. This statement actually discusses smallpox vaccine. If you go read the actual goddamn paper and the recommendations that came with the goddamn paper in 1958, the College of Pediatrics, which if you would just Google Scholar, Joestar, any scholarly search engine, and then read the fucking white paper. Go to an actual university library where the American Academy of Pediatrics journals probably exist on microfiche and don't smell like the fish you're trying to feed us. And you take them and you read the articles. It's so easy to do. Okay, I literally am a humanities graduate. I'm not even in science. I don't have a BS. I have a BA. The most qualifications I have in life is serving fries at McDonald's, and even I can figure this out, okay? I'm just saying, I sit here on my 800-pound fat ass, Monika, eating my McDonald's cheeseburgers, and I can look this information up, okay? All right? Smallpox vaccine. Routine vaccination of the American public against smallpox stopped in 1972 after the disease was eradicated from the United States. The last case of smallpox in the United States was recorded in 1959, or 49, excuse me. The last naturally occurring case in the world was smallpox in Somalia in 1977. This is why it was never reversed. The information was never reversed. Do you know why? Because it's eradicated. Because it was a preventable disease and we have now prevented it with vaccination. And look, the reason why they never reversed it, the smallpox vaccine is not available to the public at this time, okay? What happened was that the smallpox vaccine was causing something called eczema vaccinatum, okay? It was a side effect and it was a problem and there were concerns. And guess what? The clinical community and the research community were addressing those concerns and we're telling people, well, if you get it, if we give you a shot in the family and somebody is putting off these symptoms, then we don't recommend that other people in the family get the shot because they have an immunology disorder that for some reason that we don't know about, that means they can't have it. They can't have the shot. It's going to give them this, and it was not overly serious, but it was somewhat debilitating and painful for people. And so and especially small children, so they said, we don't have to give it to you. And since everybody else is immunized against this, we should not have to worry about those that we cannot, not won't, get immunized, but that cannot be immunized. That's how it works, Monika. Okay? So you brought this all the way back around to me because of your love for me, okay? This bullshit that you decided to try to feed the public, that you charlatan, you Frauline of fraud, okay? You vaccination victim. Okay? You Baroness of bullshit. You didn't even look up to see... They took basically the word smallpox out of here to make it sound like it's all fucking goddamn vaccinations. They lied. Vac liars lied. And then you didn't even look up the information. You just plopped it on your page. And then you lied with them. So you are, by definition, a liar. Okay? But you know what? You leveled up your back. Okay? You're back for another boss fight. And guess what? I'm going to win. Cult Chaser out.